Martin Show.
A very limited number of VIP packages are being auctioned off for the 3rd annual Russ Martin Show strip-off at La Bear. Details are online at russmartin.com.
Hi, Gail.
Hello.
What do you got?
I've got Fox 4 and Grand Prairie Ford and Smithfield smoked sausage. Want something easy and delicious for dinner tonight? Why not enjoy the natural hickory smoke taste of Smithfield smoked sausage, available at Kroger. On eastbound I-30 East Earl Thornton at Winslow, they just cleared a wreck, but traffic is backed up through downtown, and then there's a wreck in the backup on the Trinity River Bridge at Industrial. That involves 2 box trucks, and so traffic backed up further to Fort Worth Avenue. On the tollway northbound at Arapahoe, there's a crash that just occurred. Just cleared a wreck in Fort Worth on westbound 183 at Amon Carter Boulevard. However, traffic is still backed up beyond MacArthur into the Irving area. In Plano on northbound 121 past Preston Road, you got a wreck. And northbound 35 Simmons has been slow from at least Royal up into Farmers Branch due to an earlier wreck. And this is also brought to you by Advil. It's no contest. Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger on tough pain than Tylenol. Rapid release gels. Advil liquid gels. Liquid fast. Advil strong. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. Weather brought to us by America Online. You go to live1053.com for your free trial. This should be the last day. It's really, really hot. Near 100 today. 74 for the low tonight. 92 tomorrow. And then by Thursday, they say it should be in the mid-70s. That's good news. 93 now at Live 105.3.
How long is that supposed to last?
It doesn't say here. This is just a 5-day forecast.
Oh.
At least through the weekend.
You're not taking anything for your allergies?
No. But it'll make me sleepy.
Not nose spray.
Oh, I don't have any.
I didn't know you had allergy problems. I thought I was the only one that got screwed with that.
I don't normally. 4 o'clock this morning, I woke up and I couldn't breathe. I don't know what happened.
Sure it's allergies?
Yeah, what else could it be? No. Yes, I was full of snot and couldn't breathe and couldn't sleep. So I was up what is that? What's a campaign? I don't know what that is. But no, I don't have, I think it's got to be allergies. I'm all stopped up.
Yeah.
That's why it sounded like I just woke up, because I'm all messed up.
Probably want to get the steroid nose spray.
Okay. Is that over the counter?
No. Steroid.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
And that's not something you blow in your nose and that it immediately clears up. That's one that you got to build up to.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to do it now, because as soon as the change in the weather comes, I'm the first one to
hit.
Yeah. And if I'm even borderline, I'm a puss. I'll stay at home.
Yeah. Well, guys, so Venegas can get me that stuff, and it's something to build up over the week, so I should start taking it now?
Yeah.
All right. I'll try it.
I think it may take...
What are the side effects?
No.
Okay. You said that doesn't make you sleepy?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's mild steroid.
Okay.
And then the Histex you can take at night.
I'll try it. I'll get both those from him.
Yeah.
My eyes are even watery. I never get this stuff.
What the hell is pigweed?
I have no idea, but I know what you're talking. I never heard about it heard of it till like 2 weeks ago, and I saw it on the fungus and pollen stuff on the weather.
Where did that come from?
Or the pigweed.
And they're talking about it like it's always been there. Here's the fungus. Here's the spores. There's the grass. Here's the spores, and here's the pigweed count.
And no explanation of what the hell pigweed is,
unless it's something that they've never been able to detect
until recently.
Yeah,
I don't remember Harold Taft ever saying anything about pigweed.
I don't think Harold ever changed the maps.
No, he didn't much.
I wonder what that looks like.
What?
The pigweed.
I have no clue what it is. Some spore that comes off some tree, I guess. We can look it up real quick.
What? I don't really care. What were you doing upstairs in my house Saturday?
Saturday? Oh, for your party?
Yeah. Everybody's downstairs.
Oh, I had to go to the bathroom.
Their bathroom's downstairs.
I had to make a smell. And I didn't want to do it downstairs with everybody. How do you know I'm upstairs? You look at the cameras again? Are you paranoid?
I look at the cameras every day before I clear out the hard drive.
What are you expecting to see?
I don't know. That's why I look.
Well,
and I see you wandering around the house.
I wasn't wandering. I went straight.
You went into the empty room again.
Yeah. I just looked in there to see.
It's empty. There's no furniture in there. You were in there a couple of days ago.
That's the room I went in to go to the bathroom. I looked in that room that's got the bed first, and I thought, no, that maybe somebody may be staying there, Rob or somebody. And
That's where Rob's going to stay.
Think of his room, so I went down to the next room. Just went to the bathroom. What are you paranoid about? What are you going to see?
I don't know.
Nobody's stealing from you. Nobody's doing anything. I just went to the bathroom.
What are you looking for?
A bathroom that I could stink up and not ruin your party. If I did that one right by the kitchen.
I don't think somebody taking it at the party is just going to call it into it.
Well, you have that one right by
Did you see the backyard?
Yeah. I decided not to add to that. The donkey did plenty. And the turkey. Turkeys are nasty.
The turkey was pissy.
Yeah. Kept bowing up to everybody.
Yeah. What kind of petting zoo is this where you got things coming at you?
I don't know. Dangerous.
The donkey couldn't care less.
Yeah. First of all, she said that the turkey was gentle. No, that's a gentle song.
That turkey stayed puffed up the entire time he was there.
And would slowly walk toward you. Get all the feathers up and look at you like, you want some of this?
Yeah.
You want some turkey?
Yeah.
Come on. See what happens to you. Ask the donkey what I did.
There were rabbits. There were ducks. There were goats. There was the donkey. There was the sheep. Chicken. What were the chickens with the bell bottoms on? What the hell was that?
Those were, I think she said, those were Japanese silk chickens. The ones with the really messed up beak and then with the white silkiness. Yeah.
It looks like they took a chicken and glued hair all over it.
Yeah.
Legs in every place. They looked like they had on hairy pants.
Half the stuff you couldn't pet. The turkey I didn't want to pet.
No, nobody would come near you.
Yeah.
The rabbits were in cages, so they didn't really have a chance.
No, I had to chase the donkey. I wanted to pet the donkey. It's a petting zoo. I got near him and he ran, so I chased him.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
You're the one that kept calling it a horse.
I thought it was a horse. I didn't know he had longer ears. It's a donkey. That's a pretty donkey, though. Those donkeys are ugly. Didn't want to be pet.
I've never set on that one.
And then that one goat was jumping on everybody.
Yeah, I think Tassos was that one home.
Yes.
Because everybody's walking around talking to each other. Tassos is over there with the goat standing up with his legs up on the table, and he's feeding them back and forth. He ain't talking to nobody.
No,
he's just sitting there having a time with the goat.
That goat was jumping up on everybody. And it was very aggressive. If you had food or thought you had food, it was coming after you.
Yeah, they have no couth when it comes to eating out of your hand.
No manners.
Because they don't know where the food stopped, then your hand starts.
That was my concern.
Yeah.
And then I said I was going to get bitten. I went, animals ain't got teeth.
Goats.
Okay. I'm going to trust you. Why? Oh, I put my hand in there and then chew on me for a while.
Seems like they brought something else. I think it was the chickens with the bell bottoms that were the weirdest.
That was the strangest.
And what time did you guys get there?
I was there at 9:10. So we blow up the balloons and get all the streamers ready and get the food in.
Where'd the food come from?
Rick Stein.
That was good.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Where was my present from you?
The felt on your pool table was part of it, and I kicked in another $100 for the petting zoo.
You guys had to pay for a zoo we couldn't pet the animals?
Yes. Then Angus gave money. I did. Rob did. I'm almost sure Gavin did. And somebody else chipped in.
So that was the other part of my present?
Mm-hmm. It was not cheap.
How much was it?
That many hundreds.
For animals you couldn't pet?
Yep, that's what it cost.
$500 for animals that we can't pet, and the chick's boyfriend shows up pissed off at my house because he thinks I'm going to screw her at my party because he thinks, obviously, this is the Como Motel.
He was. I think he was just kind of scoping it out because after what it was said on the
I showed
air,
up, and he looked pissed off.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was mad at her.
If I never got close to him and couldn't hear what was going on, I had no reason to think he was pissed off.
I didn't know if he was mad at her, if they'd had a fight earlier in the day, because she indicated that they weren't getting along that great after he left.
So he showed up for no reason but to give her grief while she's working.
Pretty much.
The petting zoo where the animals don't let you touch them.
That's the one. Yeah, because he didn't interact with the animals. He wasn't there when they got there. I know there because I was there when the animals first got there, so he wasn't there. He didn't, drive the truck.
Why do you guys have a petting zoo?
That was Rob's idea, and at the time it really sounded fun. And it was fun. You got to admit that was kind of fun to come home to a little petting zoo in your own backyard. You think it was fun?
The animals didn't like anybody.
Well, the goats and the sheep did. The turkey had an attitude. Turkey with a toot.
They got to change that donkey's diet. That was the nastiest stuff. I've seen
over your backyard.
I've seen cow crap, and I've seen regular horse cookies.
Yes.
Because those come out kind of greenish, nice, full,
solid,
baseball-sized things. This was just...
What? Moist?
It was tricky.
I never saw.
Because it was moist on the outside until you hit it with the mower. I mean, it looked dry on the outside. Right. Then you hit it with the mower, and then it clings to the blades. So as you're riding around the backyard, you got donkey dung.
And then now you got that smell.
And you can't get rid of it.
How many times did the donkey decorate?
He stayed mostly in this part of the yard back here, but he got up by the pool near the what is that thing I have?
Grotto.
Near the grotto.
Okay.
And there were a bunch of deposits there. So short of that, the $500 petting zoo where the animals don't let you touch them. That was very exciting.
Did you like your pool table?
Yeah, that's all right.
You're just the guy that has everything. What do you buy for somebody who has everything and buys anything they want?
I don't know. Gavin didn't even bother.
He gave money for the petting zoo? Did you hear him scream?
Was that Gavin? Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
What's the matter with you?
I got you a good gift.
Hold on a second. Is that clock right? It's really almost 6 o'clock?
Uh-huh. What?
I don't know. Today just seems like it sucked. And normally on the days that it sucks, I look up at the clock and it's still 3:10. I don't care how long we've been here. It's 3:10.
No. Zip right along. It's been a fun day.
I'm sorry, what, Gavin?
You didn't get my gift?
No.
Well, I put in for the petting zoo.
How much did you put in?
100.
Did you get the station to cover it?
No.
That just seems to be your M.O.
Oh, and I got you a gift certificate. I spent so much money.
Gift certificate for what?
I got you a $50 gift certificate to Lowe's.
Oh, that's right. He's right.
Okay.
Because I saw that, and I opened up the $250 one from Dr. Fettner.
Oh. Why do you do that?
What?
Why do you measure everybody's gift by how much they spent?
Yeah.
It's written on the back of the card.
Well, I mean, no,
I
know,
didn't call up Lowe's or Home's Depot and find out how much was on there. It says on there.
You wanted to know how much I spent on the table? You wanted to know how much the...
What did you spend on that table?
$200.
I think you spent another $100 on my petting zoo?
Mm-hmm. What?
Well, at least the pool table let me come near it.
You can pet it all you want. You really made that game room look nice.
Yeah, that was a lot better than the black felt. And this one ain't got burns on it.
Oh.
Gavin,
Yeah.
what are you mad about?
Just had a tough weekend.
Why?
I had some inspectors come to my house on Sunday.
Police?
No, just special inspectors.
What they want?
Apparently someone saw me working out at the gym and they think I have weapons of mass destruction.
Jesus.
That's right.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
No.
I'm with you. You even went out of your way to tell that one.
Yeah, I did. No, I thought I'd get you a good gift.
Oh, I'm serious. I'm leaving. Come on, let's go. Dan.
All right, damn.
There you go.
Yeah.
Show's yours.
Quit it.
No.
No, don't. Hello? Hello? Come on, come back. Come on. Hello?
What?
He goes, way to Phil.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're all walking out the hall. Yeah, and closed right behind me. Boy, who's running the board? What if something happens? Huh?
You kicked him back.
When I turned around and Kelly came back into the studio. Go in and watch a console. Every time you do that, that's what's going to happen.
Sorry.
Do you have a little book someplace? These written down, they come to you?
No, some people actually come up to me and suggest them.
What was this last one? Was it the mussels on the ocean floor?
More mussels on the ocean floor.
Stop doing them.
The police stopped him because he had 2 guns and a 6-pack.
Correct.
Dictionary, because of all of his definitions. What are the ones we're leaving out, Gavin?
Butcher shop called, wanted to take a look at my calves. I'm sorry, I will no longer do them.
No, that's right. And then we're shooting a video of you guys working out, getting ready for LeBaire. Yeah. It's on the website now. Gavin's wearing his Got Guns t-shirt.
I saw that.
Have you talked to Venegas?
Yes.
Does he have any suggestions for you?
Yeah, I gotta get a test.
What kind of... What kind of test?
Testosterone test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He thinks that my underactive thyroid and the medication I've been taking for years upon years, over 20 years, might affect my testosterone levels.
Yeah. So he actually told you it doesn't look like you work out.
No, he says...
How'd he bring it up then?
Man, you working out?
I mean, at the gym? With weights?
Yeah.
Against gravity?
Yeah. Weight training. You're not doing those Pilates.
Yeah. You're reading about it, right?
Yeah. All right, so he's going to make you do the spit test and find out how much testosterone you got?
Yeah, I'm actually going to do a blood test.
I don't understand. It just seems like the law of physics would say you go in, you lift weights, you tear muscle, they rebuild, they have to get bigger.
Maybe it's the...
I come closer to say that Lee Harris is at the gym more than Gavin.
That's not true.
Gavin's lean, but there's no definition. How much weight do you, what's the most you bench pressed? It's more than 200 pounds, right?
Probably not now.
But it has been.
Yeah.
Well, there should be some definition there.
After 2 years?
There's some definition.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I really believe there is.
Well, there's not. Unless you want to come in with a highlight marker and show us. Because we can't see it.
I did that once before.
Have you started tanning yet for LeBaire?
No, I need to.
I did.
Did you? What about you, Club?
Over the weekend. Well, he's not passed out in Lubbock. That's the weirdest.
See you all set? We got 2 weeks left.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm working hard. I'm taking in a lot of protein. Dieting.
Why are you dieting? You already lost the weight. You just want to do some building.
I'm trying to put some packs on. You know, the ab area.
Okay.
I don't know. The people I'm with say I look good. Maybe they're lying. I don't know.
It had to be bad enough for your doctor to ask you if you were sick.
I'm sure he's just kidding around.
Are you doing a testosterone test?
I gotta call him and arrange a blood test.
Yeah, when the doc points it out.
When your primary physician caregiver asks you if you're sick, there's an issue. All right, well, we're very excited to have you.
I'm very excited for it. I really look forward to this event.
All right, well, when you get up on stage, don't let one of your guns misfire.
I'll try to put on the best show possible.
I understand.
All my glory.
Thank you.
It'll be fun.
What?
It'll be fun that night. I've been dreading it, but now I've just accepted that it's going to happen.
Why are you dreading it?
Just because it's 10 minutes of torture. I mean,
it's not that long. Did you wear your robe? Did you go out there with just the straight G-string last year?
Yeah, I had the robe on, then I took just down to the G-string.
But did you take the robe off?
Yeah, at one point.
Oh.
Of course.
Has this come up with Joy yet?
No.
Because it flashed across Amy over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a weird segue that it happened. She walks by and she sees me peeing in the shower, and she's giving me grief about that.
Why?
Maybe chicks don't do it.
But everybody did. At some point.
I'm going to get out, I'm going to go pee in the toilet, and then come back in here. It's really the same process. The only difference is in here I'm standing in it.
She give you grief. What'd she say? Don't do that. That's nasty.
Well, she said, what are you doing?
That's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I said, there's a lot of nasty stuff that I do that you don't know about. And then that was her segue. What really happens at LeBaron?
Oh, no. Did she?
Yeah.
And what'd you say? None of your business?
I told her we've already discussed this.
Okay.
It's an event. We're raising money for the foundation. I can handle going. You can, but you can't, because you're not.
Guess who is?
Who's what?
Coming.
To what?
To the event. One of our women. Wendy told Rob over the weekend she's coming. They goes, you can't come.
Well, Rob's not dancing, so that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, I didn't think any women could be there. Okay.
She can do whatever she wants.
Okay, so Rob is not dancing now?
I can't get... What am I going to do?
I guess you can't make him.
No.
Okay.
Why? What's Wendy worried about?
I don't know. I think Rob told her that she wasn't coming, and she went, I'll come wherever I want to. Thank you.
Rob, what's the deal with Wendy?
I don't know. I just told her she wasn't coming, and she goes, well, I've gone every year. And I go, I know, but this year's different, and chicks aren't going. And she goes, whatever, I'm going.
Joy still understands it's not... We're dancing, the chicks aren't there.
Yeah, she understands it. She doesn't like it, but she understands it.
All right. So I had to go back and readdress. I went, all right, here's another deal. If we have this conversation again, then your little visit here has come to an end.
No. You throw her out for that? She just wants to know what goes on.
We've talked about it. It's come up. I've gone over it.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be a dick about it, but we discussed this issue.
That must be a hot button with her if she somehow segue from you wasn't in the shower to, by the way, what else is going on in LeBaron?
I just stood there in the shower and went, how did you go from here to here?
It's an odd transition. Because it was right on the top of her tongue. She was looking for an opportunity. Speaking of weird things.
Yeah. Of all the other disgusting things you do, what are you going to do at LeBaron?
Yeah.
I'm going to stand on the stage and take a pee.
There you go. Now you know.
There. That's what you're going to miss. Let it go.
Get in here with me right now. You can enjoy it.
Right. I'll give you the show here, and that way you don't feel like you got short sheeted.
You don't have to tip me.
Right.
And that's odd.
Well, I'll see what's going to happen on the video. Well, maybe, maybe not. But the video I can control.
Yes. You can control what actually gets out.
We need a break? When we come out of the last one?
5:30.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It just seemed like we had a break a moment ago because we just left the studio.
Oh, yeah. That was relaxing.
We just walked out for 3 minutes.
O'Malley, by the time I get out the door, O'Malley's already sitting down smoking.
Got to stay going.
Then when I turn around to come back in, he's pissed off because he ain't got halfway through it.
Right.
What is it, Cody?
Oh, how can Gavin be so stupid as to say that in front of you? About his 6 packs and guns and all of that?
I see it. I don't have an answer. I don't have anything cute to say.
He hasn't just done it once.
No.
And he knows it falls flat every time.
Yeah, not one. Especially this one that obviously I walked into that one. Because I really thought maybe somebody showed up at his house.
Not a bad
He just
weekend.
had foundation repair. Maybe they didn't have an inspection afterwards.
That's what I was thinking.
it just struck me odd that he would do that in front of you, especially with contract negotiations coming up.
I don't think they're negotiating anymore.
No.
Really?
Yeah, they were supposed to handle it. Gavin,
Yeah.
what's the status on your contract?
Right now, talks are stalled.
Yeah, okay.
So you're working without a contract?
That is correct.
Were they supposed? Thanks, Cody. Were they supposed to address this when they came back from Cancun, Mexico, wherever they were?
Yeah, I guess I have a meeting tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. What are you going to do?
Hopefully come to an agreement.
Are you going to give up something, or are they going to give up something? Because you started playing hardball with them, and then they stopped throwing the ball back to you.
Yeah, we're working together. We're coming to mutual agreement.
Okay. What is it you're asking for that you think they're going to give you? Or that they've been stalling on you?
The last thing we're talking about is there's so many Spanish-speaking stations that maybe I rank them based on English-speaking stations.
For your bonus?
Yeah, but I don't think that'll go through.
I don't understand.
When a lot of the Spanish stations come up in the top ratings, that can knock us down. And his bonus is based on being number 1, 2, or 3, or whatever. And if there's 2 or 3 Spanish stations on
what difference does language matter?
Because I can't compete against them.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because there's nothing I can do differently.
All right, so that's been your big stink the whole time? That you don't want to work for the station for 3 years?
Yeah, we're down to the minor details. And it looks like we can settle on 3 years.
All right. When are they going to get all this done?
Hopefully we'll wrap it up tomorrow. I'm real optimistic.
Very exciting.
Well, I look forward to working with you another 3 years.
Not with the muscle comments.
I promise I'll never do that again.
How many more you got? Get them out now.
I don't think he can
I
do
got
it.
nothing. It was stupid. I'm sorry.
He'll stop, and then you'll walk by his office, and he'll be shaking sitting at his desk.
Yeah.
Because he's coming down off of it. You get a big raise?
It's okay.
What are they paying you?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
What are they paying you?
Like JD money.
What's the actual dollar amount?
I can't say that.
Yeah, you can. It's your money. If I wanted to, I could say on the air what I make.
Well, yeah, I'd rather not go into specific details.
Why? You embarrassed?
No, I'm not embarrassed at all.
Well, how much is it?
No, I'm not going to say, because then you're not going to say I'm worth it.
I'm not going to say anything. How much is it?
Because you already said that I was worth $30,000 a year.
Okay. Is that what you're getting?
About that.
What are they paying you?
It's good salary. It's healthy.
Okay. What are they paying you?
I can't say my numbers on the air.
Yeah, you can. They're your numbers. You can say whatever you want. It's your salary.
I know. I'd rather not.
I think people are interested. People are fascinated by salaries in radio and television.
Right.
I don't know why.
Well, because they don't know they really don't know what we make. They think they do.
What are you making?
I'm not going to say specific salaries. I have my employees listening. I got a lot of people listening.
Rob?
It's a hell. No, come on. Seriously.
Would you go to Gavin's office, please?
No, don't.
All right, well, fine. Sit there and wait for him to come in.
Run.
Don't.
Here he comes. You going to tell me?
There's nothing to say. I can't give away my specific thing.
All right.
Do this.
You may want to go ahead and take a lozenge.
Get that thing away from me. Oh, I hate that thing. God.
Just tell me when.
Don't.
You going to tell me, Gavin?
I got you a nice gift certificate Saturday.
You got me $50.
Look, you didn't give me anything for my birthday last year.
Hold on a second. We not get him anything?
I don't think we did.
No, not for Christmas either.
What about the laptop and the office furniture?
Oh, we got him that for no reason. That stuff doesn't count. We got him the laptop when we went on in Austin because he helped and set all that up. But you know what? He needs one at home. He'll probably like this.
Very nice.
Will we pay for that laptop?
I think total of about $1,000, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you only paid $200.
$300.
All right.
But you told me to pay.
I understand.
I'm very appreciative.
What do you make?
It's a healthy amount.
Just make up the number, Kevin.
Yeah.
No, I got a general idea. So if he doesn't come in that ballpark, I know he's jacking me. Last chance, Gavin.
Oh, come on, don't. It's private.
Light him up, brother.
No, because there other
Don't. Call him off.
Call him off.
What?
Stop.
What's he doing?
He's squeezing him around the ribs like a bear hug, but then he's also bouncing him up and down, kind of like a baby, as he squeezes tighter and
Sounds
tighter.
like fun. Don't.
Tell him to let go.
Something like that. Call him off.
Is he choking you?
Yeah.
Is he really dead?
He's got a nice hold.
How much do you make, Gavin?
I told you.
No, you didn't.
It's a good amount.
Call him off.
Is it 6 figures?
Yeah.
It's not enough for this.
Do him one more time, let him go, Rob.
We'll be back to the
I
Russ
said let
Martin
him go
Show.
after that.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Ladies, make plans to see the men of the Russ Martin Show like you've never seen them before. Friday night, October 14th at LeBaire on Northwest Highway in Dallas. The men of the Russ Martin Show will donate all tips to the Listeners Foundation. For more information, go to russmartin.com.
So what?
The air traffic controller.
What does that have to do with the story?
Just that she's a supervisor at DFW. It just brought it kind of a local angle. So it was on Oprah Friday. They were talking about being harassed at work, and she was the very first female air traffic controller at DFW. So when you break into a man's world, there's guys that have a hard time with that. There's a lot of pilots.
Why is being an ATC a guy's world?
Just has been traditionally until probably she's been there 20 years. So but she's talking about when she first started out. There were jokes. There were there's men humor. There's pilots that still don't like females up in the cockpit.
How come?
It's just because traditionally it's a man's world. It's not right. It's not fair. But it's just
Women don't handle emergencies well. Perhaps with kids.
Yeah.
Things very maternal. And I'm not trying to say that just to get somebody stirred. No, it does all right. Mm-hmm. But I think guys are just better equipped to handle severe situations.
Probably a little more logical. They say a plane crash is normally when they go back and investigate, a woman will make a procedural mistake, whereas a guy will just he'll just not pay attention and cause accidents. Where she will. Now I'm not making myself clear.
No, I got it. One of them makes one mistake, the other one makes the other. The only problem is that everybody's still dead.
Yes.
So it doesn't make me feel better either way.
No, that you're procedurally dead.
Yeah. It just tells me that having two different people in there, something bad's going to happen, but just for different reasons.
Exactly.
All right. So what's her
number 12 is, if you want to hear the audio. She was on Oprah on Friday. She was just talking about how she's been a victim over the years of sexual harassment, and it's gotten worse over time. And now that she's been on Oprah, she kind of set herself up as a target.
Oh, hold on. What is it, Rob?
I was checking to see if you weighed. It's past 6:15.
I thought it was a bad idea to weigh every day.
Well, it wasn't until I found out how much you were drinking yesterday, so I think it's a good idea. And 6:15 is the time, so we haven't worked out yet today, so that'll give me an indication of what we need to do tonight.
Are we going to work out every day? Because I've worked out so far in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I like to spread it out throughout the week.
Saw you and Rob coming home from the gym on Sunday.
Yeah. What were you doing out there?
I was going over to Payway, get some food.
Oh.
Enjoy.
All right. Are we going to work out every day?
some shape or fashion, yes.
Get it over with. Now, were you wearing boots the other day? Because that's going to be heavier than
I don't care.
Okay. Well,
163.
No. Congratulations. It's worked.
We're done. It was 195. I know he's not talking to me. And stay out of my shower.
What is that? Stay out of your shower.
I ran to Circuit City last night.
Right.
I had to get something for the computer really quick. They close at 7.
Okay.
So it's 6:52. I got to haul ass to get down there. Well, I'm gone. Rob and Wendy decided to get in my shower and turn on all the spigots.
To have sex? Or just...
I don't know what they were doing. I just came in.
Did you come in?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see?
Her are as big as...
Oh, I know. So you saw.
Yeah.
Wow.
I stood there for a couple of seconds.
Well, sure.
Because the shower comes up waist high, so I got to see Rob's dead ass.
I know. You've already seen him.
But they don't have just one side. They got everything going on.
All the spigots. Is there 12? I think you have 12.
4, 5.
I called for permission. You didn't answer the phone.
I didn't know what you wanted.
I was going to ask.
So you just jump in anyway?
Yeah.
Wow.
God, those are big.
I was going to say, you got a bonus out of it. What do you care?
Well, then I got to wait for him to get out.
Still got a knife full. And that's the one room that doesn't have a camera.
Yeah.
You could have rolled it back.
I always wonder what those look like.
Now you know. What are the nipple part, right?
They're about that big.
Very nice. Quit it.
It's got freckles right here.
Quit it. Stop this.
Right about the cleavage area.
Don't. I'm not going to make it home.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay, let's move on to something else.
I don't think I can.
Because I can only imagine now.
I think Wendy works out like 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Flat belly.
Yeah. So what were they doing? Just standing there?
They were rubbing each other. Soaping each other up.
All right. Really? Stop.
Was that my razor she was using, or did you bring your own?
That was all your stuff.
Shaving?
Shaving his back with my razor.
Oh. No, maybe she was shaving her. Yeah. Don't. This is getting uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know.
We'll stop it. I mean, I'm serious. I've got a long shirt on.
This is the biggest reason I got to get off this testosterone. I may stop now. I don't care what I look like for LeBear. If I ain't looking like it now, it ain't happening in 2 weeks.
I don't know what Rob thinks he's going to do in 2 weeks. I asked him, but he's convinced he's going to make a difference.
Well, what's wrong with now?
I don't know.
I ain't great for 45. It ain't bad. It ain't 22 and a LeBear dancer. But these chicks know that we know we're not supposed to be there. It's a gag.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're going.
But you have a better body now than a lot of 22-year-olds. Because you've been working out for 2 years.
Well, why isn't that enough? I'm not going to... It doesn't matter what he does. I'm still going to look like an old guy running around on the stage. I got it. I'm learning to live with it.
That's what we are. We're old guys. Getting there.
So I don't understand what's going to happen in the next 8-9 days.
He's convinced. He got passionate about it. Because I even said that when he first started, I went, Rob, really, what are you going to do in 2 weeks? We're going to do a lot. Jeez, I'll bite my head off.
Oh, yeah, I trained with him Sunday, and he don't listen. Rob, this is too heavy. It don't make no difference. If it's down on my chest and I can't get it off, it's going to stay there. Jesus. And his only encouragement is, come on. Rob, a brick wall has collapsed under my head. Come on.
Move it.
Yeah. And it don't stop. Once you start, there's no gaps between machines.
Oh, he's doing that on purpose, though. He's keeping you moving.
I started to get dizzy.
Yeah. It's not fun anymore. Working out was fun.
The only upside is it's only 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I got to run for 20 minutes, and then we do the circuit, and we don't stop for that 20 minutes. And that's all I hear.
The whole time.
Is... No time to stop. Water. You got to go. You got to keep your heart rate up. I went, Rob, if we keep it up, it's going to stop.
Yeah. Because I've seen you work out before. When you do a full hour, you would kind of rest between machines.
Yeah.
That's a comfortable pacing.
That's what you're supposed to do. After you lift something that's heavy for you,
yeah.
You rest. That's what happens in nature.
Yes. God designs it.
Right. So you can get ready for the next thing.
That's what I thought. Well, needless to say, I don't know nearly as much as he does. I always thought you're supposed to rest between.
You know what? The only reason I'm really putting up with it, because I could walk out. I could go home. I could get out of my house. You guys take one more shower before you go.
All right.
Take one more shower before you go.
Yes.
Some using my words here. And I could kick him out. We'd be done with this. But I'm curious to see if he really knows what he's talking about.
See if there'll be a change.
Obviously, he does for him, but he also makes frequent visits past the border.
Or at least did. I don't know.
So I'm curious to where we're going to go. In 2 weeks, am I going to see a difference? I'll put up with this crap, except for the drinking stuff. I'll put up with that until next Friday.
Do almost anything for 2 weeks.
All right. You want to do news again?
Sure. Oh, you want to hear that?
Oh, yeah. What was the audio from the chick?
It's cut number 12. Her name is Ann Whiteman.
Why is this a big deal?
It's only a big deal. Well, the reason I pulled this audio is one of the other chicks on the show dropped the T word when she was talking about sexual harassment of son. And I didn't think you could say that on broadcast.
A gets iffy at that point. I mean, the obvious words, the S and the F and the A-hole.
Yeah.
I think boobs are starting to float in and out of, I don't know.
Are they?
But that one's still iffy, and for them to throw that out in the afternoon, if they're really worried about kids,
right,
you should be worried about them regardless of who says it, whether it's Stern or some chick on Oprah's show. You don't want them to hear it, then nobody gets to say it, just like what Oprah did before.
Right. If that word is offensive, then it's offensive. Whether you're explaining something in a technical manner or whether you're saying I'd like to.
That's going to be their defense.
Yeah.
This is a news story, and this is to inform. You're using it to titillate.
I see. Yeah, that's true.
And for whatever reason, that's the difference. Okay. One of them's finable, one of them's not. Well, they could still pop them. I don't know what they're going to do.
That's cut 14 if you want to hear that one. That's Denise Mastro.
All right.
She was also on the show. Victim of sexual harassment on Oprah Friday.
The environment was horrible. The room that we worked in was like a men's locker room. The manager would pull his pants down and moon everybody. He'd look at me and say, Mastro, you're hanging out. I remember one day working and
we edited it.
You guys beeped it.
I beeped it, but it aired when it was on Oprah.
Huh. All right. See, that's the problem is when you've got an area that was predominantly male, guys are hanging out. They're cool going to work because they know that they can do stuff and nobody's going to be offended. Nobody gets offended if an ass comes out and look at this.
No, do it all the time.
Pull his pants down and moon everybody. He'd look at me and say, Mastro, you're hanging out. I remember one day working and trying to sell, and I couldn't sell anything, and having a bad day. And the manager started screaming, Mastro, you piece of what the is the matter with...
Those did not air.
All right, they beeped those out.
They beeped those, but the S was barely beeped out of the S word. Right. So we actually added a little extra.
You. Can't you sell, you piece of That was a regular day at IPA.
That was Denise Mastro. Anyway, It was just,
but the other chick is an air traffic controller.
She's just an air traffic controller, DFW, and she said she was harassed, being again in a man's world, and white men.
And it's not even it doesn't even have to be something obvious.
No, you can misconstrue anything. Well, these aren't misconstrued; these are obviously over the board.
I know, but when we had to go to that, what do they call that? The seminar, the sexual harassment seminar,
right?
That they got all the 6 Infinity stations together.
Everybody had to go. Mandatory.
Filled up an auditorium to tell us,
grown-ups.
Really, what they said was, go to work, don't talk to anybody.
Don't joke.
Business, no jokes, no jacking around, no asking questions about anybody in their life.
Don't compliment anybody.
Go, do your stuff, and go back home. That's what they said. They never admitted that.
No.
Because there was one guy in the middle that got pissed off, and he said, well, what you're saying is, don't talk to anybody at work. Dude, we already figured that out. But now, we got to listen to the debate.
Now we have to get back and explain it. How they didn't say that, but they really did.
Right. Because the lawyer from Infinity said, that's not what we're saying. Yeah, it is. If it can be construed in any fashion that it's sexual harassment, or, anything that creates a hostile work environment, you're going to have an issue.
They got it down to silly as don't compliment people on their clothes. Boy, those jeans look nice on you. Well, now is that a sexual? That was so ridiculous.
If it's the holidays, somebody there is Jewish.
I forgot about that.
You can't ask them about Hanukkah. You can't ask them because that looks like you're singling them out. Well, they're Jewish.
Don't give out Christmas cards, I said. That may make someone who's Jewish feel odd.
So really, that's what you walk away from it with. I don't even know why they didn't just come in and went, keep your yap shut, do your stuff, go back home. If you got anything to say, do it off school property.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Sound like we were first graders.
Yeah.
Come in, sit down, do your work, don't touch her. Don't poke at people.
And then after class, when you're off the school grounds, you do whatever you want. It's not our concern.
That's exactly it. A room full of educated people.
And then on the way out, Valerie sticks her finger in my ass.
Yeah, it didn't last long. That particular session.
We don't have time for news. Are you still hungover?
Allergies.
Uh-huh.
Allergies. I mean, I need.
Why don't all you guys just call Venegas? Dan, are you having a problem with your allergies?
No, I'm good.
If it's bad now, you can hear me every time I clear my throat, I'll shut the mic off. But if it's bad now, it's about to get worse as the weather changes.
On Thursday. I will. I'll call him tonight when I get off, because I've never had this problem.
I don't know. Maybe it's a pigweed. I don't know what that is, but that's obviously something different in the air.
Yeah. Pigweed.
I don't know what it is. Anybody call?
No, I Googled it. It's basically exactly what you would think it is. It's, it's sort of a plant that they call pigweed. It's a weed. And all of a sudden it just comes out of nowhere. Now it's on the news and the weather.
And they just threw it in like it's always been there. Here's your fungus, here's your grass, here's your spores, here's your pigweed. Okay. What does a pigweed do, and where did that come from, and why don't you make it a bigger deal about this?
And how is it that it's all of a sudden here? Because I don't remember hearing anything about pigweed, this time last year.
Not
or the
last year, not any time in the
anytime.
past. All right. Okay, we'll break here. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Best up running, we talked about that, or you've been sitting on that for a while?
I've been sitting on it for a while.
What's her excuse?
Daycare isn't my fault. I was listening to your show. It really pissed me off when you said that mothers who leave their child at daycare are bad mothers.
They are.
It's obvious that before that came out of your mouth, you didn't stop and think. Not every mother is married and can afford to stay at home with their child. In fact,
all right, so the kid's going to suffer for your bad choices.
Well, yeah. Well, yes, you're correct. I mean, they will. But
you're a single mom?
Yeah.
Okay. So because you couldn't get along with somebody, now your kid's got to suffer.
In fact, there are more single mothers than married. Yes, I totally agree that having a child before you get married.
How does she know that? Where'd her stats come from?
I don't know.
And what difference does it make?
It doesn't. She goes on to tell her story. After I had...
You know why she's got a story? Because that's her excuse. Why she's going to stick her kid in daycare.
After I had my daughter, I had no choice but to put her in daycare.
Where's the daddy?
After I found... Well, let me see. I jumped over some stuff. My mother moved my brother and I to Texas from Philly when we were little with no family down here. When I got older, I got engaged to someone, and we were financially ready for a child. But when I got pregnant, reality hit that my relationship was not healthy, and I had to end it.
In a relationship?
Yeah. While she was pregnant. Mm-hmm. After I had my daughter, I had no choice but to put her in daycare after I found a job. She was 7 months old because I had no family down here, and her father was not responsible enough to watch her. I have not had any problems with the caregivers at the daycare treating my now 14-month-old daughter badly.
You don't know that. Kids can't talk. Kids can't communicate anything. If they don't leave some obvious mark, you don't know what goes on with that kid.
Every day when I pick her up, I spend plenty of playtime with her before I clean her, feed her, do her hair, and put her to bed. Then, after I do chores around the house, I get ready for work the next day. So, I think I speak for every single mother who loves their children and works hard to provide for their children by themselves without the help of welfare or deadbeat dads.
You don't get credit for not taking welfare.
No.
Why is it why people want credit for not being an F-up? I want you to give me credit for not being a failure and having to mooch off society.
People make mistakes. I mean, nobody's perfect. She goes on to say, you need a reality check.
I don't need a reality check.
How the real world works.
I don't have kids, because if I did, I'd stick them in daycare too, and that's not fair for the kid. No. Kid needs to be raised by a parent, or at least somebody down the bloodline. Well, because you don't know how people act. Like at a daycare center, you don't know how somebody acts when they get mad. You don't know anything about that person other than probably the states that they were okay, and they seem nice enough when you get there.
I know. Well, there's a lot of them now that have, you can monitor them over the internet.
You can watch them, but you don't know what they're saying to the kid.
But a lot of single moms, they got in a situation like this. They're a single mother. What are you going to do? I have to work. I have to bring home money.
It's another bad choice, and now your kid's got to live through your F-ups.
That's true. But then they have to have that
Which
excuse.
goes back and highlights my point. You're a bad mom.
That doesn't mean they're a bad mother, really. I mean, they could be a really great mother, but have to work.
Got no business having a kid?
Well, that is true. They made bad decisions. Doesn't make them a bad mother. They did make a bad decision, clearly.
It's a bad decision, and now they're going to have to raise the kid in a poor fashion, which makes them a bad mother.
Okay.
Yeah, every time we bring this up,
I know.
How long have you been sitting on that? What's the date on it?
Oh, I think it's about a month. I think you went off on this about a month ago. September. Last month.
Every time this comes up, somebody's always got an excuse. Well, here's what's going on with me. I don't care what your issue is. You're having to stick your kid, instead of raising the kid, you're sticking them someplace. Well, we got to work. We don't have the money to both of us stay home. Shouldn't have the kid. Or
that is true.
You're living someplace you shouldn't be living.
Well, but again, if it's a single mom, she got to bring.
I'm not talking about that now.
Okay,
we've addressed that. They've already screwed up. They screwed up their life, and now the kid has to live with them in it, which makes them a bad mom. God. Now you got two parents. Well, both of us got to work. One of you needs to stay home.
Did your mom ever work?
No.
My mom didn't either.
She did when my parents split up, but by then I was almost 15.
Okay. I know the daycare stage.
And I'll get emails when I get home.
Oh, yeah. You don't know. You don't understand.
Yeah,
we have to work. Both of us. I have a career.
Yeah. Why is that? Why do you have to work?
Because I have a career. I'm not going to put my career on hold for 10 years. Or 12.
So you're going to put your kid on hold.
I spend lots of time with my kid. Every evening. I see them before they go to bed.
Right.
We pass.
It's my job to make sure that they go to sleep and wake up. I ain't got time for the rest of it. Hold on. Hi, Rusty.
Hey, Russ. Hey, I hear your take on single moms. What do you think about single dads taking their daughters or sons to daycare?
Same issue. Kid, it doesn't matter if it's a mom or the dad dropping them off. The kid still suffers.
Because I'm a single dad, and I've got my daughter full-time, and I have to work. I ain't got no one else to take care of her.
Where did Mom go?
She decided to go. She wanted to go back to her ex-husband.
And not take the child?
No, I had her all the time.
Did she made that decision? You got to keep the kid, or did you have to go to court?
She left. I kept the kid, and she said I could have her because it's a better place for her to stay and take care of. And I went ahead and went through courts anyway, even though she was going to let me have her. She didn't contest it at all.
All right, thanks. So the kid got them both.
That's an odd story.
Bad mom and a bad dad.
God. It's a good dad.
Everybody will go back and explain how they got in that situation. The ones that I got the biggest problem, first of all, I don't care what you do with your kid, man. But if two of you are working and one of you doesn't want to quit, you're worse than anybody else. I want to keep. I stayed home to have the kid. You don't get credit for staying home and squeeze it out your clam.
I was home for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I stayed home for a couple of weeks. We made sure all the blood was off of it and pinched that thing off, and it looks okay. I'm going back to work.
There are people that have careers going, and they just don't want to pause long enough. Like we've talked to some of the television reporters. If you pause and you drop out of the TV world for 6 months, a year, 2 years, you don't have a job when you come back. You start all over.
Then you don't have a kid.
No. But they want a family.
The same phrase I use over and over is, you want the kid to adapt to your world instead of you adapting to it, and you had it. I know some of these things are unrealistic to say, and they're absurd, but I don't care.
It's not the real world that people live in. We were fortunate enough that I could work nights when we had our kids.
Right. You guys flip-flop back and forth. Yeah. It's like the guy from KBIL. They both work in the morning.
Yes.
So, I'm assuming as soon as they get off there, they go home and watch this thing.
Yeah, of course. They have a nanny that takes care of the baby.
Well, how come the nanny was there Friday in the afternoon when Gene was in here?
He said that the nanny lives with him, so the nanny's always there.
Oh, that's even lazier.
The nanny doesn't go home.
It's almost like the kid is just an inconvenience, but you feel biologically you got to have it. All right, I got to have this thing. What's the easiest way out of this? We'll have somebody live in, so it looks like we care about the kid.
We have a career. We can't not go to work. One of them, Gene and Julie.
One of them can. Obviously, the radio show is more important than our own flesh and blood.
God. No.
No, what?
Not. That's not realistic in the real world.
It is realistic, but people like to use excuses. And because everybody does it, obviously it's an acceptable excuse.
Well, it is.
Socially. Both of you don't have to work. If you're living in a house that you can't have that house and have the kids, then you move into a smaller house so one parent can be there all the time. I don't care how archaic that sounds. That's the best way to approach that. Anything other than that, it's just giving a kid a half-assed childhood.
Joy works, but her son stays with her mom, so at least it's family.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's blood.
The home that he lives in.
So you got a pretty good idea of how they're going to interact with the kid, because you've seen them through every emotional stage.
He gets to go home every day to his house and play versus, But you can also make the other side of that coin, which is, but when he's in daycare, he's 2 or 3, he's learning social skills, playing with other kids versus being home alone.
Okay. Well, if you're doing it so they get social skills, fine. But don't use that as the excuse of, he's got to go. He's got to learn how to interact with other kids. He'll have plenty of time.
Yes, in school. When he gets 5. And he can come home and tell you what happened.
Right. At 2 or 3 months?
Oh, no.
Well, what's the earliest a daycare will take a kid? Will they take it a month old?
It's very expensive, but they will take a newborn, yeah.
I don't get how you turn loose of something that you've been carrying around for 9 months.
I can't imagine doing it.
You let it go, and in the course of a month, you're okay with leaving it somebody.
I can't imagine.
You wouldn't leave your jewelry with strangers.
No. I can't imagine. I remember, I think Christopher, our eldest, was, I want to say he was 4 or 5 months old before we actually went out to a concert, and we left him with Mom, with her mom.
Right.
And I was still freaked out the whole time.
Cindy Skull, when she had hers over at the Eagle, how old was that kid when she brought it up to the station?
It was pretty young.
Yeah. She left it with somebody in the lobby who was running around the building. They're handing the kid around.
Jesus. I can't imagine doing that.
Which line? Hi, Wayne.
Hey, Russ. What about if your spouse has died at one time? Does that make me wrong for putting my kids in daycare?
Of course.
God. Well, he didn't make a bad choice. He just died.
How'd she die?
He didn't kill her.
We don't know that.
Well,
I don't know the behind-the-scenes story.
Okay, we can assume that.
We can assume a lot of things, but you're making excuses.
God, you're an ass.
It's funny. Everybody wants to run their situation by me now. All right, my wife died. I had nothing to do with it, and now I have to put my kid in daycare. Is that one okay? I guess it's better than killing it.
God, quit it.
I tell you, the one that I like her, but the one that gets me the most is Janet St. James over at Channel 8.
I like her too.
Because her husband, they got a lot of cash. Just her husband's got a lot of cash.
Right. They don't have to work.
Right. She could stay at home. She don't want it. She's got a career.
She has a career.
And they got 3 kids. And one of them's not even old enough to watch the youngest one.
If you drop out of a career like that, you start all over.
So because you're in television, it's okay.
Or I knew somebody else who had their own business and running it every day. Had to, she goes, I can't. I've come this far with my business. I'm not going to put it on hold for 2 years. I'll come back. It won't be here. Somebody has to run it, and it's me.
See, that's more important. Only because that kid will be there in 2 years. Who cares what condition he's in 2 years? I know that he'll be there.
It's true. And everybody else does it. You do have daycare everywhere.
That's why nobody thinks anything of it.
It's socially acceptable.
Okay. Have things changed since we were kids?
Absolutely.
The way that they act in society now?
Very much.
All right.
Nobody's going to blame daycare. They're going to blame television. They're going to blame MTV. They're going to blame radio.
Well, and you know what? You can say, all of the stimulus that comes in, that's fine. Stimulus, whatever it is. But the way you counteract that is by being a parent. And you can't do it if you're not there. Absolutely. You can call and you can write and you can send all your stories, but it doesn't change anything, the fact that you suck. Thank you.
God. That's gold.
Everybody wants to, the kid is instead of being a full-time venture, kid's part-time.
It's a project.
Right.
On the weekends, we work on the kid.
Right. I can spend more time on the kid on the weekends.
When I'm not doing the yard.
Right.
And golf.
Right. See if I want to take any of these. Okay. They're all different stories. I don't care. What was the one that was kidnapped at daycare? Yes. How we doing, Chloe? All right. Make it quick, Sean.
Thank you, sir. When I got out of the Marines, my kid didn't even know who I was. He was in a daycare. I put my wife back home. I went to work full time, and I was kidnapped from a daycare. I was missing for 2 weeks. I would never. And when my parents said when they found me in another daycare in another state, they found me in the corner playing with some toys, snot running out of my nose, diaper on me. It's disgusting. And I didn't have anybody. They just walked right in and took me back out. Nobody was even there to catch them.
Did they figure out why they turned you loose? I mean, the picture you described kind of, I get it. I wouldn't keep it either. No. Did they figure out why they turned you loose?
There was nobody on guard watching to see if I was,
The kidnap. Obviously, something happened while you were gone. I mean, why the kidnapper was turning loose. The daycare, I don't care. I don't care about the rest of those. You let them go. Everybody wants to dress it up a different way. Here's why we have to do it. I don't care.
And again, yours is the perfect world, and that's not reality. It's not.
And here's the problem: it can be reality. People don't want to do it because it's an inconvenience. Some of them, granted, you got nothing that you can do with it. But that's not always the reason that people make that choice.
No, more often than not, it's not.
Yeah, because I have no choice. I have to do this. Well, some people do, and they do it anyway.
More often than not, you're right.
I'm going to stick my kids with strangers. I'm going to stick a 2-month-old. They can't tell me if anything happens. We don't know what they do with this thing while I'm gone. They could put it in a plastic bag and open it and close it for a couple hours.
Come on. That doesn't happen. Well, I'm sure it has. I'm not going to say it doesn't, because you hear stories.
Yeah, at least wait till the kid gets to a point where he can communicate.
Yeah, a couple years old.
Is that when they start to talk?
18 months. Depends on the kid.
Okay. You can't put things on hold for a year and a half, so at least your kid can learn to talk and tell you if something happened at daycare?
I agree.
You want to go straight into Lycus? You want to break here?
We can go straight into Lycus.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How long is the break? Is it going to be a double break?
No. 4 minutes.
Oh. All right. Dan, let's do the plugs here.
All right, I'm set.
You getting any pissed off chicks?
Surprisingly, not as many as I'm used to with this topic.
Well, really, how are you going to argue it?
You can't. And you've cut off any argument that they can have by saying, no matter what, you're still being a bad parent. Well, your excuse is.
People like to do that.
Well, sure.
When we talk about bankruptcy. Well, here's why we had to do it. It's another excuse.
Bad choices.
Yeah. And because you made a bunch of bad choices, I have to eat it.
Sure.
Because you screwed up, I got to eat your mistake.
So many people are doing it. Now they've come out and they've actually changed the laws to make it harder.
Sometimes, I get it, people have to do stuff like that. Disease strikes or, maybe the Hurricane Katrina.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. The rest of it, people are just sucking it.
And what's frustrating is the number one that run up the bills right before. They know they're going.
Right.
So they buy a bunch of stuff because they know their credit's going to suck for the next 7 years.
Or they get mad because the collection agencies are calling. Well, you owe the money. And you wouldn't pay the people that you originally owed. Now, the collection company's got to call.
I don't have it.
Well, but you got to talk to somebody.
I don't have to talk to anybody. They're bothering me.
You owe me money.
I don't know. I don't have it.
The people that you owed money, you wouldn't pay them, and this wouldn't happen had you done something about it.
I got it.
Now, you got to do it with me. And I like that. They changed the law to where they could say, don't call me anymore, and even the collection guy can't call you.
That's true.
So it's almost like they lean back towards the people that took the money.
Took the cash.
And didn't repay it. What kind of screw job is that?
Obviously, they had a reason for it, to change the law.
And then Benjamin Dover writes the book on how to get out of it.
How to reorganize.
How to back. What the book is not called Reorganize and Pay Your Bills. It's called Back Off.
So the
great big guy on the front of the book going like that. Okay. It's going like that. It ain't got cash in it.
Not an open palm.
No. And I'm always paranoid about getting popped or something bad happening anyway. So that's why I always shove cash in the bank.
That's smart. That's what Joy does.
Even when I wasn't making squat. Still made sure there was something there just in case. And when I wasn't sure how long I was going to be out of work, I moved in with my dad.
I know you did.
That wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Well, here we go. I know. I got in a bad way, and I lost my voice. And that wasn't anything I did.
Did you live with your dad?
I did not have to live with my dad.
Then don't start.
Okay. It was never as bad as you had it. You had a drawer full of checks. You never worried about where your rent was going to be paid. You weren't raising a teenager. Went through a divorce.
Where were you living?
I lived in an apartment.
By yourself?
No, with my kid. My son moved in about that same time.
Where was your daddy?
My dad was dead.
Then don't start.
Jesus. I won't.
Are you ready, Dan?
Yeah. All right. For more information about the Russ Martin Show, pictures, links, video, and webcams, just go to russmartin.com. To get answers to any question you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To instant email the show, and only during the show, send that to studio@russmartin.com. The other show websites, johndavidryan.com, thegranddragon.com, danantasos.com, gaillightfoot.com, djclo.com, and robriddlemoser.com. For more information about Spittleville, just go to spittleville.com. For Black 80s weather information website, go to weathering.ig.com, and the official site for KLLI is live1053.com.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info. The Russ Martin Show on the Alternative Talk Station. Live 105.3.